The Triple M Grill Team.
Turn Gus, MG and Matty on 6 till 9 weekdays.
Now, this guy, man, he's one of our favourite comedians because let's face it, on the Grill Team, we love that sick comedy, don't we, Paige?
We do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you would know him for happy, fun shows such as Full House, but, mate, he's out doing a tour called Bob Saget Live, the Dirty Daddy Tour at the Enmore Theatre, Thursday the 15th of May. You can't miss him. He's the best comedian going around. Bob Saget, welcome to the Grill Team.
Pleasure. I'm happy to be here at the Grill Team. It feels warm in here. I feel like my wiener's getting cooked right on the grill. I like it.
Mate,
how do you go from Danny, the sweetest dad of all time, to be this sick puppy you are now?
Well, see, I was like that before, and it was
Okay.
a part.
Oh.
I took the part. It was like Anthony Hopkins doesn't actually eat people, so I was acting.
Hottest.
Oh,
But
no.
you were so bloody good at being
That's
that sweet
because
daddy.
secretly, Danny Tanner was actually eating people. No one knew. I was dust busting and vacuuming, and I had a dust buster and a vacuum cleaner in my room by myself, and I don't think John Stamos and Dave Coulier knew what I was doing with that vacuum cleaner. Let's just say that it wasn't just full of dust.
Yeah.
when did you think when did you realise that you were funny? When they had this?
I guess I was about 4 years old. I actually did it's going to be a big name dropping story. Richard Pryor, I was in a movie with him when I was starting out because I was at the Comedy Store in L.A., which was kind of equivalent to what you have here. Same thing. And I was struggling for 10 years, and I got in this Richard Pryor movie, and I asked him, when do you think you would find out you were funny? And he said, 4, man. And then I realized I was funny at 4. I wasn't funny. I was just obnoxious, but I would do things that made people laugh by, playing with my butt or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, it's a normal thing.
Yeah,
You
being
just-
the clown.
Yeah, or just playing with like, now, with your butt.
Well, it says, you said that Conan O'Brien once asked you on his show, you said, how did you maintain, being the good daddy in front of all those child actors in Full House? And you said, oh, no. Occasionally I just break out and start yelling things like and and
I did do that occasionally, but not quite that way. Conan O'Brien teed me up to do that once on the air, but the way you just said it kind of scared me.
Okay, I apologise, Bob.
The way you did it just sounded like stranger danger called the authorities.
I totally
I need
apologise.
a yellow tape. I need 15 foot or 15 meter would even be better.
AVO.
Now-
I want to go metric to stay far away from you.
Now, Dirty Daddy, that's the tour, but you also brought out
Yes.
the book. Now, in the book, you said death and comedy are closely related.
That's true.
How?
Well, especially if you've seen my work. My family, it gets sad. My parents lost 4 kids. It's a lot of kids, and I was the only surviving. And my dad lost 4 brothers of different heart diseases, and it's just been a rough go. So I learned comedy through gallows humor. He just taught me sick stuff, and it got me through. So I wrote a book about it. I've been doing stand-up about it. I didn't know I was going to do a memoir. I just had a laptop sitting on my lap, and it just started to cook my junk. I just realized that my nads, I can say balls, right? Of
course you can.
They were just cooking up like a dim sum warmer on a bad Sunday. And they were I thought I was going to have a problem and be burned beyond belief above like a tortoiseshell cover of what my balls used to be. And then I took it into the shop, and they said, okay, we'll get you the new kind of Mac that won't do that. And I didn't like it. I took the old one back. if I'm writing a book, I want my nuts to be their hottest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's where you do your best
That's
work.
what happened.
Myself and my wife were sitting watching Entourage, and you came on Entourage, and you come on as this such like nasty, evil, dirty, extreme person. My wife said,
It's funny, I didn't see it that way.
Sorry. And my wife said, isn't it funny that really nice guy from Full House that got him to play that role? Now I know that that's the real Bob Saget.
But it's not. It's another two-dimensional character because that
Okay.
guy's a misogynistic guy that talks down to women and stuff. I just do that when on a leap year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm divorced. I have 3 daughters. They're 20. Stay away from them. They're 27,
You got any
21.
photos of them at all?
Yeah, please no.
Okay.
There'll be a courtroom art, a sketch of you before you. I've got a 21-year-old, a 27, and a 24, which is also my locker combination. So if you need any used jocks, I've got them here. But they're pretty exceptional. I gave them this book, and they know my stand-up forever. So I gave them this book, Dirty Daddy, before anybody read it, and then I gave it to their mom. I gave her half of it. That's her settlement.
Yeah.
And then I gave it to Ashley and Mary Kate and Candace and Jody and all the people.
Mary
I did. I gave it to all the Full House people so they would read it because I'm close to them and they're talked about it in it. But not my kids aren't talked about by name, which is cool.
Yeah.
How did you get the role of Danny Tanner then? Like, if you were such this other character, you must have put on the performance of a lifetime to be this wholesome father in front of a lot of people. I would imagine audition for that part.
Yeah, it's really kind that you said that, by the way, because it is the role of a lifetime. And I don't think I appreciated the tree opening up as much as it did. I was on a morning show on CBS in New York, and I got fired. I got fired for being too hot for morning TV. They had wanted me for Danny Tanner.
Too sexy, or
no, the host,
when you say hot,
the host on the air said too hot, too fast, too much. I was a hot dog.
Okay.
The host said, "Are you a type A personality?" And I said, "Yes, but I'm trying to work on my anus." And then she thought that I say anus, but I didn't say anus. I said a-ness.
Yes, yeah.
She said, go to your room. And then I stood behind some flat on the wall for like 10 minutes. And then I realized I was fired. And then I thought I was never going to work again because you think that a lot in show business. And then I found out that they wanted to replace the guy on Full House with me. And which I felt bad for him, but not bad enough to not
take the role.
So I took the role, and we did a pilot, and then it was on 8 years, which is
how many times do people ask you for some dirt on Mary-Kate and John Stamos?
a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever happened between the two of them. That's actually the best.
What about you and John?
John and I did so much cuddling, but it's on tape.
Okay.
So.
But he came out to the country.
In the book, there's stuff about where I was drunk one night in Vegas, and I used to drink a lot, and I don't anymore because I wrote a book. So now I'm kind of
it's a healing process.
I'm on my old hall monitor. I really screwed myself out of having fun, but. John Stamos, one night in Vegas, we were seeing an Elvis impersonator, a very short Asian Elvis impersonator.
Jeez.
We got back to the room. I wanted to go out and party. I was single at the time, and he just cut my meat up, took my shoes off, put me in bed, and fed me before I yacked.
Good man.
He was a good man. He is a good man. He's like a sister to me.
Hey, Bob, can you tell us the Aristocrats joke?
I can't but I can talk about it. So it's funny. I was looking at a thing. Somebody put it online yesterday for some interview I did, and they put it uncut for a half hour. And I don't want a 12-year-old watching that because that is really not meant. It's a joke about somebody that understands somehow the level of how wrong it is. And so that takes a little bit of human evolution, I think. But the joke is based, to satisfy you slightly, the joke is based on a family that is so desperate to make it in show business that they will do anything to audition in front of an agent. And he's sitting there with a cigar, and he says, "And what do you people do?" And they go, "What do we do?" And then they just do stuff. And I can't. It was jazz. You just made up your own version. I didn't even want to tell the damn thing. And you just say what they do. They don 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 don. There's poo flying. It's not good. They do stuff you don't want your family to do. If people are doing this, they should get arrested. They're not allowed. There are problems out there with people that are messed up. So that's where the joke shouldn't be released in a public forum. So at the end of it, they're like, ta-da! And they've done terrible, terrible things during this audition. And then he says, "And what do you call yourselves?" And they say, "The Aristocrats." And that's the joke. And it's not even a punchline. I just want to see that on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
I just want to see. I want to see that on network television of any kind, anywhere. If you guys run that, I will come here to judge it.
Okay, Bob Saget live, the Dirty Daddy Tour, Enmore Theatre, Thursday, the 15th of May. Tickets from livenation.com.au. Bob, so much for coming in.
Good on you,
Thanks very
buddy.
much, buddy.
Absolute pleasure. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Bobby.
mate.
Bye-bye.
The Grill Team, Gus, MG, and Matty Johns. Triple M Breakfast.